Yeah, welcome back to the firehouse for some more firehouse reasoning. I think tonight we'll skim, I say, over some current affairs. Current affairs here now, I've just seen them gathering over in the Middle East there, and they've set up what they call a new National Transitional Council for Syria. And straight away Mr. Holland of France has grant this body recognition. In other words, oh yes, they are the new government of France, of Syria. Not elected by the Syrian people, but by Mr. Holland. Not sanctioned by the Syrian people, but by Mr. Holland, who is a Frenchman. I don't know how come he come to be such an expert in Syrian affairs. And he's only been a president for, I don't even know if it's 4 months. So here again you have a situation now where a president should be looking after the affairs of his own country. Yeah? And spending money within his own borders, sorting out his own problem. But here he is, I don't know how far France is from Syria. And yet he's supposed to be a responsible leader of Western civilization. And he's now granting yes, oh yes, these men that has been elected by whoever elect them outside of Syria is the legitimate government of Syria. And that he's not, because they are legitimate, you can now fund them with weapons so that they can kill more people within Syria, as it was, you know. And well, it looked like it's not even the leaders of France, it must be the goons who are behind them, because Sarkozy was known different. He was the first to start bombing Colonel Gaddafi. You know what I mean? As if he's trying to cover the fact that him and Colonel Gaddafi wasn't good friends, and that the Colonel, he didn't have a lot of money out of the Colonel. I don't know what is the hurry of this French president to see more blood in Syria. And anyway, there's a lot of blood coming, like I say. Currently on the news here, just breaking today now, is the Gaza Strip been under bombardment by Israel. Well, it's always been under bombardment by Israel and blockade from I don't know how long. And all you who call yourself Arabs, or you call yourself Middle Eastern people, you are quick now to gather in it, forming a new coalition to get rid of Assad. But I don't see you doing the same thing for your Palestinian brethren on the Strip. You know, you just have a new president in Egypt. I don't see him saying, listen, there can be no restriction on our Palestinian brethren in the Strip. These people must have food. They must be able to have cement to build back their building that has been demolished by the Israeli military might and power. So like a country like Qatar and Saudi Arabia, who are quick to fund and arm opposition as they see it in Syria, how come you don't lend the same support to the Palestinians, who are your brothers then? What kind of hypocrite are you? Yeah, well, obviously, you know, devilish people have to behave in devilish ways. So yes, you will be seeing it on your television screen over the next couple of days. The Israeli military will be, instead of killing people covertly and quietly, will be out with their all their sophisticated American F-26 or F-97. Dropping bombs on the poor Palestinian and capturing more and more land and keeping them in more and more subjection and stopping them from have the basic necessary means and needs in life. And yet you don't have any emergency meeting in the UN to discuss the concentration camp that is the Gaza Strip. And you don't have all those of you who surround the Gaza, like Egypt and, well, Syria would help those kind of people. Well, I don't see Saudi Arabia. I don't hear you crying out, you know. I don't hear you running to arm. How many are you now are going to call for the arming of the Hamas? Yeah? Like Mr. Allen is calling to arm Al-Qaeda in Syria, people who we do not know. Yeah? Well, those men on the Gaza Strip, you know that's where they're from, definitely. There's no outsider living amongst them or fighting amongst them. So surely you can arm these so that they might have surely you can equip them with a few Stinger missiles to see if they can sting one of those Israeli jets from out of the sky. But you are not going to do no such thing. Are you? Oh, no, you're not going to... this is what we call... remember when we was talking about propaganda? Yeah, you would rather spread propaganda. Double standard. That's what the word... And I don't know which idiot now is not going to be able to see this double standard in this day and age. Because like I've been telling you, if you've been listening to any one of my reasoning, there was a time when the devil, when I say the devil, because there is no real devil, I mean devilish people would hide their devilish deeds. They didn't want anyone to know that it was really them performing such evil. But now, in this time, they ain't hiding. They're doing it right in front of your face. So, is as an example then, say the American election. The lead up to the election, you have one man playing tough and the other one going all sapity, like good cop, bad cop, good man. So Mr. Romney now is saying, oh, if I get in, I will, you know, treat Russia and I will go in on tough. And Mr. Obama going on as if he's the nicey. But trust me, he's only got 4 years left. He ain't going nowhere after that. Eh? And it's like now the gloves is off. You are now going to see how good Mr. Obama is. If you think that he's there to fulfill your hopes and ambition, like I'm telling you, you are making a sad mistake then, aren't you? You gullible Americans, or even, because he's got fans all over the place, here in England, all over Africa, on the grounds that, you know, some black people like to take pride in some other black people, even though they might, I don't know, they probably take pride in a murderer, you know, say, oh yes, he's a good murderer, he murdered a lot of people, you know. Which is exactly what any black man would be doing, taking a pride in a devil like Obama, representing such devilish force. But no, lots of people would do anything to meet Mr. Obama. You understand? And people like him, because they still have not seen through the illusion of what is going on. Understand, in the world, they will still, and the people of France will still see their president saying, oh yeah, and saying, you must be a madman. You are here in France. You just come into politics the other day. You just get the presidency the other day. I don't know how long he's been in politics. Yeah? And yet you are making such a sure decision on Syria. When did you get to know these newly elected Syrian council so well that you are now staying in France guaranteeing that this is the legitimate government of Syria, and you as head of state is going to finance them with arms? Would it be right if some Frenchmen gather outside of France, farm up themselves, and say, yes, you know, we are the council in France or whatever, and then China or Russia say, yeah, we recognize it and we'll arm them. so that they can start fire 2 shots in France. It don't sound right, does it? But this is exactly what these people are doing. Well, obviously, this man is just coming into power. This structure has been, so obviously he's following instruction, because he's nobody. Your president, Mr. Allen in France, he's nobody. He's just a puppet. So obviously it's other forces are telling him what to do. You see? Forces want blood. And even though he might be thinking, no, if we do that, it's going to cause more people to die. But they want blood. And he's got to give blood. He ain't going to jump like I say. With the Americans ain't going to jump. Mr. Obama ain't going to jump tonight or any one of these British Prime Minister and condemn Israel for dropping bombs on the Gaza Strip. You all keep silent. Israel is coming back to the double standard. As long as it's Israel doing the killing, that's okay. It's even okay amongst you Arabs, because like I say, you are cowards. And if there is any Arab who is not a coward, I don't mean you. I just mean those who support the American system and the Western system, which is usually the governments, those cowardly Qataris and those even worse Saudi Arabian and Kuwaitis and all them monarchy around there, you know, evil. Don't get me wrong now. All those people are evil. Heads of state are all those Arabs. You are vile human beings. And that's why you support violence against your own brethren, your own brother. So, you know, ain't nothing good about you. Ain't nothing good about all them Saudi Arabian crown prince. All of you are good. If there's a place called hell, you're all heading in that direction. You don't dig it. You know, hell is for all you leaders on the planet. That's where you're going. Every single one of you. If you hear even if you don't hear this message, that's where you're going anyway. Make no difference in it, whether you hear it or you don't hear it. All of you, right, are heading straight down to, I'll use your term, to hell, to where evil souls go. Any being, I say, who come out of them mother, they get fire in the firehouse. Any being, when life you use this word coming out of your mother, any being who come out of the mother, yeah, and come on this earth and do evil, that means working against the will of the terrible and dreadful God, you're going down to hell. You must pay for the wickedness that you're doing. So right now in this time, like I know, there's a lot of people dying in Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan, all over the place. And they are being killed by the weapons made by these people, or even fired by them, these evilous and wicked Americans, all those who back them, and their military. Every single one of your soul are going down into the darkness. But you know what, eternity, you have a long time to pay for what you do. If you think that God is a joke, like I tell you before, no mercy for the merciless. Are you showing any mercy for these souls that you're killing now? You know what it is when, you know, like someone in the home and somebody, I don't know how far up in the sky, if it's half a mile or 2 miles, drop a bomb on the house and kill them instantly, brethren. No, but all I'm saying, those who make such things happen, you have to pay. You must pay. So those who are admiring you now because you're big and powerful and you have the most troops and the most weapon, I'm telling all those souls, they better make sure in their heart that they know whose side they're on in this time. You know what I mean? Because like I'm saying, all governments of the planet are evil and satanic, and you are all going down. Every single being who work for these institutions intentionally and willingly. Who cares if you're getting money for it? If you're getting money for it, you better check what you've been paid for. No, and stop it before that come on you. Because if you continue to accept pay for doing evil, then you have to pay for it. And your masters won't be able to help you where you're going. I'm telling you, guarantee they won't be able. Alright, just like when death is coming for you. Which one of your master can stop death coming for you when they can't stop it coming for them? No defense. You see what I mean? So while you are living under their protection now, and it's guaranteed, like I say, to live what you would call an easy life and comfortable, and enjoy some of the pleasures of life and living all kind of sexual depravity way. Yeah? That's only for a while. You don't understand. Consequences to action. Rasta, have a drink of water. Consequences to action, and you must pay. Don't forget, the teaching of the firehouse is not a guest teaching, We're not here guessing anything. All these people have to pay, They will have to pay for what they do, and hoping that it's so. There is no hope in this. In firehouse. In firehouse we know the truth, how it is. You see what I mean? How the terrible and dreadful one is dwelling within all human beings, good or wicked, see me? And how memories they record in every deed that you have ever done, you see, is there, good or bad, it make no difference, see? So it record you in your bad ways. It will also record you if you was a bad man and you make an effort to change, or if you didn't give 2 hoots. You know what I mean? Memory misses nothing, cause no man shall get away with nothing. Any boy who come out a woman, or a woman who come out a woman, like I say, ain't no way of breaking the law. Not the law that I know anyway. And that is the law, and getting away with it. So if you want to give support to what I call puffed up and ignorant beings, beings whose ego, I say, is as big as a gas balloon. Yeah? If you want to give support to them against the will of God, and every time I use the word God, I know a lot of you don't like the name God, If you want to give support to those who are against the will of the terrible and dreadful one that dwell within, you go ahead and do it, innit? All I'm telling any human, who cares who you is, all I'm telling you is that when you break the law that I'm telling you about, excuse me, you have to pay for that. And that these beings now who are running the planet, in charge of it, whether they want to be in Russia, China, India, whether they want to be communist, capitalist, democracy, the whole lot of them are evil beings. You understand? You know what I mean? You know what government then? Government. I don't mean every single human being on the planet is evil. But every single government is an evil government. You understand? Whether the government want to be hypocrisy, that is democracy. Or communism. Coming all over the people them. You know what I mean? These are devilish institutions, and the men that you see in them and the women who are dressed up in suit, whether it's the Chinese who are electing new devils to rule over their own people, or the American who have just elected devils to rule over them, or you have somebody who don't even bother with no election, they just rule anyway. But anyway you get it, it is the same. These are evil souls whose intention is to do evil and to retain the power grip of evil over the majority by means of money and military goons. Those of you, like I say, who are in military institution or police, you need, right, to examine your soul carefully in this time, especially if you are one of the police, right, going on the street now that innocent people are beginning to unmask devilish work and is trying to protest against it, to escape from it, and you are one of the police or soldier who is going out on the street beating your brother up for the sake of these rich devil satanic beings. When your soul reach the other side, these devils that you are saluting now and saying yes sir, just because they're giving you a piece of metal, I give you some title, call you sir. I don't know what they give you. You're so in a way of them. When you and them reach the other side, none of this away business won't be going on. You see what I mean? And you individual soldier is responsible for your soul. And yet you come here and sell it out to satanic beings. I wouldn't mind if you sell your soul out to the ways of goodness. That would have been excellent if one come here and sell themselves to a good cause. A cause that is only intended on doing good. And you sell yourself and devote yourself to doing good. Good cause. But no, you come here and sell yourself to what I say are devils. You understand? And salute them, sir, so that they can give you a sir. Well, I want to see where you're going to take this George Cross or this MB or this sir or the Order of Merit or the Purple Heart or the Green Heart. Yes, sir, man. I want to see where you're going to take it. You know these distinction, military man or people in public life, yeah? That the devil shower on you to make you feel important, yeah? Whether they build a monument for you, whether they build a statue, or whether they write great books about you, yeah? And shower you down with metals from out of the ground. I want to see where you're going to take it. You know, a lot of you idiots who come here and talk, oh yes, I have a good career. Career in what? What is your career? Have you ever examined this idiotic business that you call career? Do you think life, right, was given to you and it was to make a career? So you are a career soldier, right? You have distinction. You kill so many men when you was under heavy attack, yeah? And say about 40 men, and you one single-handedly fight them off. And here in England, they give you George Cross, or what them call it. And you know, you have another buckle somewhere. So you say you have a good career. So you think your life was for you was born to go and do this, that they are telling you. Did you not notice that it was not God who is giving out all these awards? That it was other human being? Have you ever seen God giving anyone an Oscar for acting? Or a Grammy for singing? Have you ever heard God call up anyone and give them an MB, Purple Heart, George Cross, and all these things? Have you ever heard God call up anyone and name them a saint? No, I haven't, but I've heard man doing these things. Man have done all those things. Man grant man metal. Man award sainthood to men or women. But I personally don't know God behaving in this idiotic way. You know? These are the way of deluded beings. And because it's the time of revelation, it has been completely revealed to you from Firehouse that you are ruled over by idiotic and ignorant beings. You might as well call them satanic beings. Proper satanic beings. Because these are killers who love blood. You know what I mean? But it's only that I know their secret. Because they cannot die. Bloodsuckers, you cannot die. Fully. You are going to regret the day you ever come out of your mother. Trust me. You know, you regret the day that you did ever come out. You are going to regret the day that God ever make you into a soul. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? You ever wish you could, no mercy for you. So that's why I'm saying now, for souls like you, yeah, who are on the earth now killing like, I call them vampire killers, like the man from France, the president calling for more blood in Syria and saying he's going to arm up. He better enjoy his little stay in the body. Enjoy your stay in the body. Because trust me, when you come out of that brethren, yes, man, and arrest. I arrest all devilish beings. All of you. Only hope for you while you are living. Because like I tell you, if you have chance to hear the fire lion spitting, it's irrelevant if you kill 1,000 men. All you have to do is realize that killing men is wrong and stop. So I do not care what violence you have committed against the law. You know? All you have, life is eternal, in it. This is an opportunity to change thy ways. It doesn't matter. Like I tell you, imagine you kill 10,000 men. Well, the 10,000 men are not dead, are they? You've just transformed them to the spiritual world. Maybe before they should have gone, you know. But maybe they should have died as well. God will. That's how things work. So, if you have killed 10,000 men, which is a wicked thing to do, yeah? Yeah, a wicked thing, Rasta. But God is so, like I say, forgiveful, you know. All you have to do is to stop immediately. Realize that killing so many people or even one is not a good thing without just cause, yeah? And stop. Brethren, you are forgiven for all the things that you've ever done, man. Once you stop doing them. No man is an angel, you know, like how they make our woman. Like I say, we've all done wrong at some time or other in our lives, in our movement. We've all done negative. So forget about feeling guilty that you once robbed the man next door, you know. Whatever vile thing that you once did, you know. Don't worry about it. Imagine that you have a clean slate, you know, clean, and you can start over now. Now, start over without doing any of the things that you used to do. Stop them. Say to yourself that robbing people was not a good thing. And you are going to, you see what I mean? You start a new slate. Forgiveness. Because this is you have to earn forgiveness. It's no use killing people then and then pray or say, oh God forgive me, I never really mean to kill that man, you know. And then tomorrow you kill another man and you're there praying again that is idiotic. Don't pray for forgiveness, take action. Action. You know, so you know what your crimes are, stop it. Don't pray to God to forgive you for them when you can do something about it. You know, even this weekend here was in another conversation where this conversation always come up anyway, where people, to explain the virgin birth, they are saying that, oh yeah, God is God and God can do anything. Yeah, that is correct, God can do anything, but it does not mean that God is going to do anything, is it? Because why would God create you? You must think that God create human beings as robots for them to sit on their ass and say, oh, there's a God, man, and this God is almighty and great. He can do anything, man. He can farm and fish and, you know, do all these things. So we don't have to do it. Now ain't that stupid? And what man can do, God ain't going to do it. You don't understand? What God has created man to do and man can do it. Why should God do it if you can do it? So in other words, if man can have sex with his wife or girlfriend and have a baby, why should God produce one for you? Why? Unless you think God wants to show off. God is like man, so like I say, repeat before, God wanted to show off, to prove to us human beings that he have more power. No, that is just how our man would think. God don't do nothing like that. You know, God is not a show off. God has created you and give you intelligence, and you are the one who must apply this intelligence. Stop making out that God has miracles. Life is already a miracle. Me sitting in front of the camera talking is a miracle. You moving down the road or listening to what I'm saying is a miracle. What more miracles are you looking from God? You like stories like when they say, oh, so Joseph part the Red Sea. The man never part no sea. It's a lie. Bullshit. Nothing go like that. Stop looking in your Bible for fancies and miracles about man take one loaf and feed people and walk on water. All those things are crap. Bullshit. That's what I say. The only way, there's not 5,000 ways of knowing the truth. There's only one way, and that's honesty. It's the best of policy. Any other thing, you can't read and know the truth. You read knowledge. Very well, if you apply back the knowledge, you can get wisdom. But many of you, when you read, do you apply back what you read? Like when you go and read your Bible and it says, you must love your neighbor. Do you go and do it? So that it might grow, you know, it's like a seed. Do you plant it? Because if you don't plant it, then you ain't going to be able to reap anything. And you ain't going to be able to understand what is going on in the world around you. Hence you might even end up, like I said, joining religion, voting for politics, and it's like jumping out of the frying pan into the fire. Because you will not be able to recognize who is leading you. You will be tricked by the politricksters. That's what politicians are. Evil and lying men. But even when you hear me tell you that they're evil and lying, you won't believe it, because when you see them dressed up, you see the smiling face. But maybe if you know some of the secret society that they was in, because all of them are in secret society, and some of the sick rituals that they have to perform to get in this secret society that they are in, maybe you would believe it then. You see what I mean? But for now, they are deceiving you with the Jimmy Savile. For those of you outside England, like I repeat again, Jimmy Savile is a famous man in England who they are now finding out was a molester. But that's what most of these people are. Most of these elitists are in the Mason, Bilderberg, Skull and Bone, all kind of thing. And in this secret society, you have to perform a secret ritual to get in there. Maybe you all have to have, if you are men, you have to have sex with one another, or do something disgusting to keep the secret. So all of these politicians that you are seeing are dressed up, are churchmen, are really performing some sick satanic ritual behind the scene. These people are sicko. You know, when they go to places like what they say, Bohemian Grove and all that. That's what they're doing, performing all kind of sickly things. Yes, that's why you can see these sickos then, like I say, coming back on again to the homosexuality business, which is rife amongst these sickos. You know, for a long time I keep away from that subject, because I know that people have a right to choose what they want to be. But yes, those of you who choose to be homosexual, you are sicko. You understand? You are having unnatural sexual activity, because you cannot produce nothing, can you? More than what kind of sick pleasure is that? And who is now granting you the right, like I say, to say, yes man, this thing is legal, it is by the will of God. It is only these same sickos in government, because government is sick anyway. And that practice, I say, was part of their first introduction. Because most of these leaders go to Oxford, Cambridge, or whatever country you are in, yeah? You go to your elite school. Usually all boys are all girls. And when you lock up in these brainwashing institutions and sexuality start to take a little whiff in you, 13, 14, that's what you first started doing, mess with other boys or girls. That's why you have homosexual tendency in you. And then when you get bigger now, okay, you might marry. But once you are in a position of power, you sympathize with such matters. And that's why you now can grant and say that these things are all right. But trust me, brethren, as a fire, even if God himself tell me that this thing was right, I wouldn't accept that. I would still say to God, watch here, brethren. I know every man of them, you said it's right, but I still don't want to mix with those, brethren. Because I still find that unnatural. You see what I mean? But I am not saying, that nobody has a right to be that, because you have every right to be what you want, because you are the one who is choosing it. When you go to the other side, you are the one who reap. So if there is any glorification in homosexual activity, you will be reaping that on the next side. You can enjoy that. I'm on this side of the border personally think that those kind of behavior are not right. You know what I mean? And I expect the reason why I come into it, really. If it was just two adults, I'd leave out of it. But lately, they are adopting kids. People are giving, and this is sick. Because I have to defend the innocent child. No innocent child should be given to two Batman or two lesbian. Because two Batman cannot have a kid and two lesbian can't. And so that they shouldn't be, that if you put a kid in such a situation, it creates an imbalance. Now surely those who are sitting in court of judgment can see this clearly. Well, they wouldn't be able to see it clearly because they are sickos themselves. They are all into perversion and sickness. That's what I say. This society here is based on corruption and sickness. And the rest of Europe ain't no different. What they call America. Sexual perversion and sickness. And some of the sickest sexual perversion are in high governments. These are the men who are in power, like I say, who you will find in seeking prostitute or rent boys or madams to with them. Here in England they say, oh, we have high-powered job when you watch a few documentary. And so because they are in charge of, these men are powerful and in charge of a lot of people. At weekends they like to be humiliated, they say. So they go and let somebody whip them and beat them, and they have and let them use the tongue to clean the house or clean the boots. These are how sick these individuals are. But when they put the suits on, yeah, and because they can drive in a Bentley, and when you pass their house, it's a setback in ground, everyone adore these evil. Sick you are when you are adoring wicked men and evil men who haven't got no intention of living by the law of God, and yet you are admiring them. That, for a start, you are sick. You're sick just by admiring sickness. Yeah, you know what I mean. And if you ever encounter what is good now, you don't want to know. Because right now, like I'm saying, on this planet here anyway, just for my own self, evil is what is admired. And here in England, they even have a saying for it: if you can't beat them, join them. Well, if I can't beat them, I'm not joining them. Like I said, I would rather die of leprosy and with a lot more disease on top of that. At the same time, catch all the disease that you can catch and die of that, rather than join them. No, I ain't joining you in any of your sickness that you are going on with. You know what I mean? So, as an example, like I tell you before, this society is an unhealthy, sick society. There's no one here in England to look up to. No, man, you can't look up to anyone here. There's no one on the planet, I say, to look up to. Unless you want to look up to some cowards and those who are against. There is people you can look up to, you know, but it'll be hard for you to find them. You go into some little poor place, you'll find people to look up to or to admire. But those who are up, you know, those of you who are up there already in society, no, man, no, you are the worst type of human beings, man. Like, as an example, look, life is paradoxical, innit? Positive, it look, you know. So here on earth now, you can guarantee that those who are the richest and who have the best are the worst set of souls. And amongst them you will find the most vile set of souls. Those who are at the poorer end, you will find the better people in them. Ain't that amazing? But it's true. Well, it's true by my estimate. I don't know if you idiots can work this out, but by my personal estimate, all the people who have most are the worst human beings. And I'd be willing to bet my soul against that. That means if I lose, God could cast my soul so I don't exist again into existence. I'd bet my soul against. Say, yeah, man, it's like a surety for me to win that bet. That's my own personal opinion. That most of you with money are vile. I'm not saying every single person with money, you know. I says most. That means if you have 100 people with money, I say I'd hazard a guess to say 98 are vile and selfish human beings. So that sprung out to the world. Same percentage like how they say the 1% is ruling over. Now, which is true, 1% of greedy and sick human beings is running the planet. You know, 1% of the Chinese rule over the rest of Chinese, 1% of Indian rule over, 1% of American rule over the more, 1% of Europe rule over Europe, 1% of Africa. You see what I mean? And I can guarantee you that this 1% is definitely to the core evil and sick human being. Amongst them you will never find any intelligence. You will find what we call intelligence, meaning where you go and look for gold, you know. They will have survey out, they say, yeah man, and you get things, and where to find diamond, and how to measure this, and you can spy and see who got what and what you can steal. So you can gather what you call intelligence. That's what they call these spy about intelligence officer. Your spies, right, are not intelligence officer. They are intelligent officers gathering information for evil. That's what evil do. They are intelligent, gathering information either about the land or about what other people are doing outside. This very the very man you are calling an intelligence officer is an idiot. Because he doesn't know himself. You know what I mean? How can you be an intelligence officer, like I say, and you don't know anything about intelligence? So when you hear them gather you, you know, in military institution, convincing the public and these idiots that they are intelligent, and coming on television pronouncing themselves, or say the intelligence service. Not no intelligence. You should rename yourself as the ignorant service. You know, or the intelligence service, the buffoon. All those, I am declaring now, I'm passing sentence. All those who work for the British intelligence service, the Israeli intelligence service, the whole of Europe intelligence service, the American intelligence, Russian, Chinese, African, whatever intelligence service you are in, you are an idiot. And yet you're using the word intelligent. Nothing intelligent about, not one single human being who is calling himself or someone else calling him an intelligence officer has yet wake his true intelligence up. That means all of you they are calling intelligence officer, the fire line say, you are nothing more than idiots, acting like real idiot. But oh yes, because you can find out, you know, how far it is, you know how to plant a roadside bomb to kill somebody, or how to poison them without them knowing, you know, how to kill a lot of people without they know that you did it, and how to make all kind of poison. You are given the term intelligence officer. And you gobble that up now. Well, you must gobble it up because you've been well paid to be an intelligence officer, innit? I said, not intelligent. You've been well paid to be an intelligence officer. Because you've been paid not to know yourself and to know who you are. That's what you've been paid for. You've been paid like watching and me tell you here now to support the Israelis, aren't you? And what they do. These goons, you know, these European Court of Justice, they've been passing resolution on Israel from, I don't know, 67 or whatever. And Israel has never obeyed none. Like now you're busy, the whole world, aren't you? You're busy with insisting that Iran should open up every nuclear facilities so that the IAEU or what they call them can go and examine safe. Why don't you insist on Israel the same way? Why can Israel tell you that you can't come and do no inspection and he's not showing you any facilities? Yet at the same time Israel is telling you that you must go and bomb somebody or they're going to do it, and you can't say nothing to this devil. Yeah? And no one, and all those who, like I tell you, all back one another. So anything you're great devil, when you're going down with America anyway, all of you souls, right, who are back in America, Britain, the whole of you in government, you shall enjoy, yeah, your reward with America on the other side, because the whole of you are heading to the bottomless pit. Ain't nothing you can do about that. Oh, well, yeah, you can do something about it. You can change your ways, really. Oh, yeah, you can change your ways, man. That's what life is about, you know. That is the mercy of God, I say. That even though you're so wicked and violent, you're just a bloodthirsty murderer and killer, you still have a chance to save yourself from going down into the bottomless pit if you should just hear the cry and willingly change. Because there is no way of defeating time then as it was. There is no way of defeating the will of the terrible and dreadful God that dwells forever. Life is forever full. Trust me. How can you beat life that is dwelling forever? Or is it because of ignorance then that you are taking death to be some kind of finality? No, man, that is not. That is just the beginning of life, man. What are you talking about? There is no death for you. This is when you're going to find out that life wasn't a joke, my friend. You understand? And you, Mr. Lawman, now, devil man, you know you like to uphold the law. You hang all people. Even in America now, they're executing people who break the law. Like in America, they know, let's Mr. Obama. All you black who love Mr. Obama so much. No doubt you think that when Mr. Obama come to prison, come to presidency in it, the blacks in America would have less in prison, and you would they wouldn't be sending you to prison even for a little weed. Draw ganja, give you all 10 and 20 years. The prison system in America is a business, and it's full of you black brothers down there. But Obama ain't making no laws to make it harder for them black brothers to go to prison. But anyway, you see like how they like sending people to prison here, the law. They even execute people when they go against the law. What you think going to happen to you when you break the law of God? Unless you think the law of God is no law, and the only law is your little idiotic law that you set up here, statured law book, you know, and the full weight of the law, you say, shall come down on a man's head when they break your idiotic law. So what do you think is going to happen to you when you break the genuine law of the terrible and dreadful God, Rastafari himself? What do you think should happen to you? I don't know. That's why I'm only have to ask you this, because I don't know what's going to happen to you. But I know there's consequences to action. You know what I mean? And you who is showing no mercy, surely you wouldn't expect none. Surely you who enjoy killing, dominance, power, you know, cannot expect no when your grip is loose here, which the mighty death is coming for you. Because you haven't quite figured out yet that that is the Governor General. Your scientists, like I say, cannot help you in this matter. Because your scientists have to go. That is always on them, waiting to draw them out of this life and take them to the next side. You know, so that they can enjoy their reward. You know what I mean? So you cannot escape that. So I don't know. This is baffle me, like I say. When you are ignorant, when you are dwelling in the pits of ignorance, anything can go. So that's why evil can be so blatant. You can't have more evil government than, say, the Israelis, who is always begging for war. I don't know why. How come the UN or the United Kingdom or France has never come out and asked Israel or even tell people that Israel is full of atomic weapons and that you want inspectors down there to watch these Israelis? Or how come you don't protest so much when they're bombing the hell out of the Gaza Strip? Who hasn't got no aeroplane? They haven't got no tanks. You know, nothing, they're firing a few rockets. But it's the same with you powerful Americans anyway, like you in Afghanistan, claiming that you're fighting a war. Against who? An enemy who's got no tank, no aeroplane, no submarine, no ship. And you are down there with your full military. You're not down there, all you're doing is killing, innit? And make sure you control the opium that's down there. That's all you want. And all you wanted in Libya was to make sure the western hand was on the isle, and the same thing in Iraq. And like I say now, no, you want Israel is encouraging people now, are you, and get ready to go and drop more bombs on Iran as well. After you finish killing as much as you can in Syria. How would you like it if these bombs was being a roadside bomb, or if it was in your city the guns was being fired every day? Wicked and evil, man. But now you make the guns to cause trouble, but it's going to come round on you, because your souls have to pay. Can't you see now in Europe, once all your people used to live comfortable, they had work to go to, and you give them money and things. But now they are getting uncomfortable, and things are not as comfortable in your home. You know, and they're finding it harder and harder to swallow up the lie you are telling them, why you are killing people far away from home, while inside home there is no work, and you know what I mean, everything is running down. But you can still spend sickly amount of money and making weapons to go and kill other human beings while people are suffering in your own country. Like I say, the president of France, well, he's the figurehead this anymore. He's baying for war in Syria instead of fixing what's wrong in France. I'll go and give the money to the Greeks who need money to help fix Greeks, or the Portuguese, or the Italian. You should be calling that you're giving these people backing. You know? You are giving backing to people. What you say, Al-Qaeda then? It always amazes me when these devils, because Al-Qaeda is there too. They are the one who arm Al-Qaeda. Because Al-Qaeda don't make any guns, they don't have any ships, don't have any aeroplanes, neither do they manufacture them. They don't manufacture guns, they don't manufacture bullets, they don't manufacture the ingredients to make roadside bombs. So how then can this force, Al-Qaeda, get from Afghanistan, where you are claiming they start, where you start them up? They get from Afghanistan. They was in Libya, Iraq, now they are in Syria. How can they cross all these countries and no one see them? And when they cross this, where did they get the weapons from? No. There's no such thing as Al-Qaeda. You know? These people are funded by the United States and all of Europe to cause trouble over there in our next people's country. And when you go and cause, let's face it then, humanity. Don't you think that if America was serious about spreading democracy in the Middle East, the first country you would start would be Saudi Arabia? Because women can't even drive in Saudi Arabia. They can drive in Syria, and they could have done in Libya and Iraq. So you wouldn't start with them first. You would start with the most oppressive regime, wouldn't you? Now just look at that. So you see, if they are not starting with the most oppressive, that means they themselves are evil. So they are leaving the most evil one in place, which is Saudi Arabia. And places like Bahrain. You don't hear Britain or anyone crying out about, oh, people should have democracy in Bahrain. Why not? Why shouldn't the people of Saudi Arabia and Bahrain have democracy? And why shouldn't it be shouted out loud and clear in the UN? And why shouldn't France, right, call for the Bahraini opposition to be armed? And they having protests in Saudi Arabia as well in certain parts. Why don't America and Britain, Europe call for these to be armed so that we can have democracy in these places? Why don't you want everyone to have democracy? Yes, man, I'm calling for democracy in Bahrain, man. In Yemen. Yeah? In Qatar, Kuwait. And not just in Syria, and picking on Syria alone. Yeah, we want it in Syria, but we want it all around. Though. You don't seem as if you're pushing hard enough for it around those other places, which you're not, because you are a satanic force. You see what I mean? But don't worry yourself, you know. I tell you before, all those who rise have to fall. All of you who are supporting the European and American, you're going to fall with them. Luckily for you, like I say, it seems like a lot of the ordinary people, because I never speak against the ordinary people of the earth, are beginning to wake up and to realize to themselves that they are supporting the wrong thing. They are beginning to see that patriotism is not a good thing. If you are a patriot, you are an idiot. All patriotic beings are idiots. You understand? Fool. And when I say a patriot, all of you who are paying allegiance to your flag, you're an idiot. If you was born in England and America, wherever you're born in Africa, and you love your country, that's a different thing. Because you can love your country and love the rest of the earth. Patriotic people don't love the rest of the earth. They just love the little spot that they come from. So they're among some of the most ignorant beings that have ever come out of woman. There's no way of waking up when you're patriotic. Put it that way. You're just an out and out idiot. So you can see all of them in the American British, they start do it here now. All the idiots, you always have the mark of the beast on you. You know your flag. Your flag is your mark. Your beast to show your beastly character. All of you who are flying flags in your home and in your yard, yeah, of your country, are just flying ignorance, proving that you are a supporter of ignorance. Yeah, well, when you reach the other side, when death come for you, yeah, take your flag down there and keep flying it. Because you're going to, this ignorance that you love so much, human beings, trust me, as God liveth, you shall reap the ignorance. So all of you who have allegiance to flag instead of God, because when a man have allegiance to God, there's no way under God's Son could he be showing any patriotism or having allegiance to a flag. For God's sake. Flag is for mad people, can't you see? That's why all of these governments have flag, and flag is their life and their blood. Because they are idiotic, stupid human beings. Crazy. You know what I mean? These are some of the most vile and ignorant beings that have ever set foot on the planet Earth. These flag bearers. Patriotic people. See what I mean? No wonder so many people we get led astray by ignorance. Because you have these idiots training us from we are small to be patriotic. You know? To love a little part. You should have trained us to love the whole earth. Not just a little part of it. You know what I mean? So now people don't know goodness when they see goodness. Because we've not been taught how to be good. We've been taught that wickedness is goodness. So like I say, like these main evil now, they claim that 6 million Jews died in World War II. So ever since that now, they've been given the leeway to carry out as much wickedness as they can. And everybody will think, well, no, leave them, because they suffer in World War II. Now it's there, so they can go and inflict as much brutality that they want on the Palestinian. Which is not their land, for Christ's sake. 48, a lot of people go over there and take away people's land. It's not a real thing. And it wasn't set up by good people, because no good people. These were set up by evil. Evil force set Israel up. And that evil Israel has been allowed to carry out and do as much evil as it wants, without anyone questioning this evil. So if this evil force says they want to go and bomb Iran, no one say, listen, behave yourself about bombing Iran. If you bomb Iran, we rain down bombs on you. We want peace on the world, not bomb. When you was getting your atomic bomb, I never hear anyone in Europe rushing up about Israelis getting bomb and we shouldn't allow them. Why are you not interested in the Israeli atomic bomb? Human beings. Are you European Court of Justice? Are you who claim that you like to go around other people's country inspecting their nuclear facilities? Are you inspecting the Americans, then the British and the French? Eh? And the Israeli? Why are you so hell-bent on inspecting the Iranians? Is this a fair, are you a fair judge? Can't you see that society is unbalanced and sick? The fall of these dirty devils shall be loud, I say. Because surely, wickedness has always been on earth, but surely it could not been so prevalent all over the place now. Right in your face. These dirty evil are calling for war and calling for more killing in Syria. You know? Would you like people to be calling for more killing in your country? Bombs are raining down, people are dying every day. And yet somebody outside your country is saying, yes, we should arm up more people to go and kill. You know how many more innocent people are going to get killed by the very guns that you are going to give them, Mr. Frenchman? You and your evil, sick brothers Anyway, the more I discuss this matter, the more I seem to be getting angry about these devils, calling for war like this. Look, twist up face Frenchman just come in power 4 months about he's going to arm some groups that. But anyway, that's the business of evil, is to cause more evil. But because I'm getting a bit wind up discussing this evil business, here what I'm going to do. I'm going to wind down this reasoning, see, and fire out from the firehouse and meet you on the next reel when I think I'll be carrying on in the same fiery mood about what is currently happening here by these vile and evil wicked men. So here we know, fire out from firehouse, see? Rastafari.